if I could now commence the presentation for Y1482, Ngati Wehi Wehi, and ask those witnesses to make their way up to the front. And as I intimated earlier, Your Honour, if those witnesses could present as a panel, so their briefs would be read in sequence, followed by any questions arising at the end. And to commence the presentation, there'll be a brief opening statement from Mr. Richard Orzęcki, sir.
Yes, Ms. Sarich. Often in this, my experience in the last 4 weeks is that counsel anticipate that their clients are going to present shorter than they would if they read their briefs, and that often doesn't happen. So we'll see how your clients go, and you might need to just give them some help where you think it's appropriate.
Yes, sir, I anticipate directing them to relevant portions of their briefs for this presentation.
August people who have gathered here to listen to the claims pertaining to Te Rohe Pōtai.
We're the last group to be heard, and I know it's been a very long week and I know everyone wants to go home, so we're really in some ways thinking sitting over there is like the next one in the dentist chair. No one likes to go up and sit in the dentist chair because they know the drill's coming. So really, I suppose we wanted to do a brief presentation just to set the scene. Who's got the clicker? Yep, very good. Which one? This is our marae at Te Iwi marae Manukau, which we've been there for many years when we moved to the Horowhenua. Here's some other photos of our marae. This is Ukaipo marae, which carries the name Wehi Wehi on the tupuna whare, which they asked us some 12 years ago if they could do that. And then basically Ukaipo marae is both Ngati Wehi Wehi, Ngati Kauwhata, whakapapa. So whānau there closely linked to both iwi. The Ngāmeri Pounamu, which we'd actually asked Papa if we could bring them here today, basically that's on display with the Tainui exhibition, so once on display they can't be let out. But these Pounamu, and I know Reverend Topi Huia will talk a little bit about it, have basically brought Kauwhata Wehi Wehi back together again. We talk about our history here in the Rohe Pōtai, but actually when we moved, from my point of view, when we moved down to the Horowhenua, we actually split. And so these Pounamu actually had the ability to bring both Kauwhata and Wehi Wehi back together again, because one was living in Fielding, the other was in the Horowhenua. Here's Wehi Wehi on the left and Kauwhata on the right. This flag you see here, Ka Kite Anō Tawa, that is again showing the Kauwhata Wehi Wehi Pounamu. It was really the handshake was the Crown and Māori, and certainly the kōrero that Peter McBurney gave a little while ago around why we were presenting the Pounamu to the Prince of Wales. But this photo here was taken at Ukaipo marae. In this photo you see Kauwhata Wehi Wehi and Ukaipo whānau. And I remember this day very clearly because we went to Ngati Hawa. We went to Ngati Hawa to talk about the Pounamu because they had a history with the Pounamu as well. It was election day and there was a tangi at Ngati Hawa. And the reason I remember is because while we were waiting to go on the marae, we all went and voted at the polling booth next door. So, it was a day that basically, I remember very clearly Helen Metamati, who was in one of the queer from the lady smiling right in the middle, behind the guy holding the flag, who was her first cousin that passed away, and she passed away a few years ago as well. And I suppose that's the point. While we've been on this journey, here's some of our kaumātua from Ngati Wehi Wehi. On the right here is Uncle Nuki Gardner, one of my uncles, my uncle, my sister's, my mum's brother-in-law, Uncle Horace Cook, Uncle Tairoa, and George Ramsbottom, who was Paddy's dad. All these kaumātua have all passed away since the 2000s, so this journey we're on, basically, as we go along the journey, basically our whānau are passing away. This is a wānanga that was held at Ukaipo in 2010. This is a bad copy of a slide, but basically the Rokoa Trust Board, when they were doing their mandating hui, were visiting Wehi Wehi Marae to hold a hui there for Wehi Wehi or Rokoa whānau. They'll fill out there. And this one again, just a good shot of the Wehi Wehi tūpuna whare at Ukaipo. Just wanted to acknowledge our whanaunga here, Gales Taraika, who's passed away. But really, while he was alive, was a huge instigator for moving Wehi Wehi forward. So I just want to turn back just to let our uncles see the presentation today. Judge, I just also want to say that we just wanted to acknowledge Campbell Duncan as well. Campbell Duncan was working for Rainey Collins and did work for 1482, so we just want to acknowledge his passing as well and the contribution he made to our claims. The main import of the Wehi Wehi claim is that we want to reconnect with our whakapapa and we want to reconnect with our relationships. In our brief, we basically state that we are the son of Kowhata, which is true, but also we just wanted to say that we have whānau that directly connect from Wehi Wehi to Kowhata and whānau that connect from Kowhata directly to Wehi Wehi. So it's been a very strong relationship with the two together. And so when we talk about the Kowhata claims, we know that Wehi Wehi stands right beside them. I just want to go down to the research that was done by, and just want to acknowledge the Waitangi Tribunal and Crown Forest Rental Trust for undertaking the research. We understood it to be a cruel is probably a good word, small but critical piece of research. We weren't expecting nearly 300 pages of information. And whether the tribunal or the Crown agrees with the grievances, to me it doesn't matter, actually. To me, what actually was important was that Wehi Wehi and Kowhata did have a history in the Waikato. You know, we may not agree with the claims, but certainly from my point of view as Ngati Wehi Wehi, we certainly can say to our moko, our future generations, this is where it all started for our journey. But just to acknowledge Peter's his research and his presentation today, he did have a very short time. He was being hounded by Wehi Wehi and Kowhata whānau to provide him with more and more information that he could go research. So I understand there were some questions today around certain aspects of the research, but as Rodney said, and I took what he said, basically we do acknowledge that work that Peter did and really treat it as a taonga Peter to our people. So we have three presentations, not presentations, but three briefs. Mr. Bob Middleton, a kaumātua, very, very well respected kaumātua, wasn't able to make it today, so he sends his apology. But inside his brief is some very important kōrero around whakapapa and also linkages between Kowhata and Wehi Wehi. So happy to take any questions if you need for that opening statement, Judge.
Well presented. I don't know if what were you intending, Ms. Sarich, for all to present and then have questions as a panel or each individually?
Yes, as Your Honour pleases.
Yes. Right. Have a seat and perhaps if the next person wants to present.
If I could call Mrs. Jacobs.